Welcome to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Allison Bedell.
Sniffle. Sniffle.
It's you.
Sniffle.
You're the queen of sniffles.
I'm the queen of mucus and sniffles and everything disgusting.
Oh, that's a great way to start the podcast. Hey, thanks for coming back. I'm Skip Bedell.
I'm snotty Allison Bedell.
You got a cold. That sucks.
I'm sick, which is why we apologize for the delay. And
Pretty rare, actually.
Yeah.
You don't usually get sick.
no, I'm usually pretty good, but
Occasionally.
a couple of days ago I started to get strep throat, and then I got a prescription for that, and then that turned into something else. Turned into a cold and shit in my chest. It's just disgusting. I'm coughing.
Yeah, you're like hacking and coughing and sniffling, and you're just a pleasure to be around.
Yeah,
I'm fucking sexy, man. I want to
It
do.
is impossible.
I want to do all sorts of things to you when you're just like all snotted up like that.
I liken on a sexiness level. I think that boogers are on the same level as a yarmulke and a minivan. It's impossible to be sexy with any of those things.
Where is there a connection in any of that stuff?
The connection is that you cannot be sexy with either of those. None of them.
Wow.
You can't be sexy in a minivan. You cannot be sexy wearing a yarmulke, and you cannot be sexy with boogers.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, 2 out of those 3 are not an element right now, but you are definitely fully snotted up. And yeah, all right. So let's make the best of this thing. And you're a trooper for getting through it.
Yeah. I didn't.
You're just one of those people that plow through everything, though.
I do.
Yeah.
No, I was shooting things last night. Now we're home. It's a beautiful weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. Thank God it's Friday.
Oh yeah,
Friday. Friday. That was all off key because of my boogers.
You can't even sing. You can't do anything. You just go back to bed.
Yeah, well, it's maybe bed will be the outdoor couch under the gazebo.
Yeah, it is nice and beautiful and sunny here. I'm not sure what the weather's like where you are in your part of the world.
But it's a beautiful weekend on the East Coast for the holiday weekend.
Yes, it is. So we want to wish everybody a happy holiday weekend. Hope you have some good plans in store, some barbecues or parties or
we have a lot of things
do.
to do. The renovation is kicking into a little bit of a higher gear.
The renovation now is picked up steam again. There's a lot going on. I mean, between doing like TV stuff and like my news morning shows and like there's so much other jobs. It's like there's so much going on. So
like doing other work, like at people's house stuff.
Oh God, it's madness. So, but actually, I kind of bought a little bit of time though because we're waiting on these cabinets for the kitchen, which is like turning into a massive production. But they are on the move. I am very happy to say. Did we mention since the last time we did the podcast that the custom copper hood...
Oh, no, it was forthcoming in the last one.
Yeah,
now
well,
we got
it has arrived. This thing
Yeah.
came in a massive wooden crate from overseas, and you could actually track like the whole trip. Like it came in through Kennedy Airport.
It's actually, if you want to see what it looks like, it's on copperhoods.com. That's plural, copperhoods.com, and it's the Da Vinci model.
Yeah, it's just awesome. It's like an oil rub bronze straps and rivets with this hammered copper hood. It's things like totally custom, badass looking piece of
It is. It's
metal
a piece
work.
of art. It's like when you
Yeah.
go to a museum and there's this like a giant piece of like metal art. That's what this is.
Well, that's like everything that we're trying to do on this project. I'm trying to do really unique, different stuff. So when this project is done, my vision is that anyone who walks into this kitchen and looks at it, it's going to be like a feast for your eyes, and everything that you see, you're going to be like, I've never seen that before. Where did you get that?
Yeah.
So we're trying to really do very unique stuff. A lot of stuff I'm kind of custom fabbing right here on site. I'm doing a lot of woodwork and a lot of really cool stuff. So, yeah, it's back in high gear. This last couple of days I have been adhering all of the ceiling tiles. So we're doing like a stamped what looks to be like a stamped tin ceiling, which you would see like in old, like turn-of-the-century buildings, which we found from this great company called Facade.
FASADE.
You can find them at facadeIdeas.com. They have just some awesome stuff. They make all different types of tiles. They're plastic tiles that come in many different finishes and textures and designs that you can put on your backsplash in your kitchen, over your countertop, on the ceiling, on the walls. There's lots of uses for them. So
if you've shopped at Home Depot before, you may have even seen them because they do sell them in the Home Depot. They sell about maybe 4 different
there's just
ones.
a couple of styles that they keep in
but
stock.
they have a booklet right next to the display, and if you look inside the booklet, there's just a ton of different designs and also colors that you can order online. And when you go into their website, what we did was we ordered about 10 samples, and they're 99 cents each.
Yeah, they come like a 1 foot, like a 12 by 12 inch square sample piece. Yeah. And that's really helpful because then you can put that on whatever surface,
everything
your
looks
backsplash
different
or on the ceiling
wall.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can really see what it looks like before you go and pull the trigger and order this stuff, because it's a little bit pricey, but man, what an awesome effect that it has.
But everything looks different when you put it onto the ceiling or the wall, as opposed to when it's on the ground or in your hand and you're holding it, and the different lighting in different kinds of rooms or in the store. Do you remember when we went to the tile place where we're getting our floor tiles, and the floor tile that we want is actually on the floor as soon as you walk into this place. And then you look at the wall, and there's other tiles, and they look like a totally different color, but they're exactly the same tile on the wall.
Right.
You'd never know it.
Yeah, it's all about the way the light plays off of this stuff. And our tiles, much like our floor tiles, porcelain, much like the stamped panels that I'm putting on the ceiling, have kind of a metallic glaze to it, kind of like a bronze and copperish or pewter glaze to it. So the light plays off that very differently. So it's going to look entirely different on the floor than if you turn it upside down and hold it on the ceiling, where it's not getting any direct light reflection.
Right.
So it gets much darker and it looks different. Anyway, the tiles, when they give you the samples, it's really great because I actually took a staple gun and just stapled a couple of these things
right up in the middle.
Yeah, right to the ceiling.
And they're so thin and lightweight and easy to maneuver.
Yeah.
And because they're so lightweight, all it took was that one staple to get them stay up.
That's
so
it.
we can look at them. And you know what's even better about getting those samples is that when you're looking in the book or online, you're like, that's the color I like, that's the one.
Yeah.
And then you get them, and it's completely not the one that you want.
Yeah, the picture can't really do it justice.
You have to order samples.
You have to get samples. Anyway, check out FacadeIdeas.com. Awesome stuff. And I'm so excited to be gluing these up on the ceiling. We're filming everything, of course, as we do. And we haven't updated the
video yet because we haven't done enough.
We're doing
yet.
a bunch of time lapse, and since you've seen it last, there's a lot has been done. So we're going to edit and add some more to that, so you can kind of see the progress of the remodel and some of the ideas that we're incorporating into it, and maybe some stuff that you might want to try out. So anyway. That's what we're doing.
Well, you know what I was also thinking about related to the kitchen is the cabinets that you took off of the wall.
Yes.
And Skip offered, he said, do you want to take this stuff out first? Or, I think I don't know, were you offering to take it down with all the shit in it? Because you kind of like asked me if I wanted to take the stuff out.
No, I mean, there was like there wasn't really like one of them was full of glasses, so of course you have to take that out. But the rest of it was like, lightweight stuff, boxes of tea and, whatever.
Doing that task of emptying out the cabinets was a reminder of all the shit that you have that you don't want or need.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God, all the shit that I threw away.
It was a reminder that actually, you know what? We did have enough cabinet space. It's just 90% of the shit that was in our cabinets
I threw away.
Junk.
Yeah.
We're like, man, we need more cabinets. There's not enough space in this kitchen.
Yeah.
And then, like, during the process of cleaning out all the old ones and taking them off the wall, I'm like, oh, my God.
All the shit that we didn't eat.
Yeah.
The shit that, expired in 2012.
Oh, yeah.
So
that was the
gross.
good stuff. There was stuff in there from, I think before that.
I had a can of pineapples
I think there was stuff in there from the last people that lived here 6 years ago.
Actually, we had stuff from our when we lived in the apartment before we even bought the house.
Oh, God.
That was in the cabinets.
Yeah.
Really, really gross.
It's been a fun journey working on this house. Man, this place has come a long way, right? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's like completely a different place and slowly evolving into something very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been doing my my gardening stuff, too, or trying to while I'm not feeling well. I did a couple of days ago, which... Right. It was boiling hot out, but I bought strawberries on burpee.com because it's strawberry time of year, and those things are kicking ass, and they're growing really fast. So, I bought this bag of, it's just roots, and then you put the root in the ground, and then, in a couple of days, they started getting leaves and everything. It's really cool, and they come back every year, so, I love planting strawberries because they're perennial, and so you get fresh strawberries every year without having to buy them.
That's awesome.
Ever again.
We eat a lot of berries, right?
I like free food.
In all of our, like oatmeal, and we use it in all different types of things.
The blueberries we got in the blackberries.
Yeah, so blueberries, blackberries. We have raspberries on the property right now. You have like strawberry patches everywhere. It's basically just like a berry farm around here.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm so ready for the zombie apocalypse. When it happens, we're going to be self-sustaining. You can pretty much
live on nuts and berries, you know? So.
And twig and berries.
Yeah, twig and berries, too.
Yeah. Oh, my God, we're getting that
There's lots of protein in there.
God. That air conditioning system, which we were telling you about, which we're getting, which is so cool.
Yeah,
it's like something like that you don't have and your friends don't have it.
Well, some might.
No, nobody has it. We're the first.
It's a newer system, but the type of air conditioning has been around for a while. It's the mini splits that are ductless. You've seen them. They have a small unit that hangs on the wall. Fujitsu is the brand that we're using here. They're made by LG, Mitsubishi, a couple different companies that make them. This particular brand has some really high-end stuff that offers like heat pumps along with it, so not only will it air condition your house in the summertime, but it'll also heat it in the winter. And the whole installation can take like a day instead of like ripping out walls and ceilings and floors and putting in ductwork and trying to retrofit all that ductwork into an old house. Our house was built in the 40s. It's 2x4 construction, and even like some of the ceiling joists between the first floor and the unfinished attic are basically just 2x4s. So they built these houses super strong, but it's amazing how small the lumber was they used back then. It was much better quality wood. It was all heartwood and true 2x4 dimensional lumber. Of course, there's 6 and 8s around in some of the construction here in the house as well. But a lot of the areas over the unfinished attic is very small cavities in there. So there's really not a lot of space for us to put ductwork. So this system worked out perfect for us, and they're going to be coming to install it.
So it's very low profile. You don't have a big air conditioner hanging out your window. You don't have a big one sticking out of the wall even.
Yeah. So if your house isn't set up to do a central air unit and have a big air handler unit someplace,
you don't need one then.
Yeah, this is actually a really cool system. You can check it out. It's the Fujitsu Mini Split ductless air conditioning system. There's a couple different models depending upon the square footage and the size that you want. What's nice about it is that they put one little suitcase-sized condenser. That's the unit that goes outside the house. It has the fan on it, which you've seen these monster big condenser fan units on the outside of people's houses. And sometimes there's more than one. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 different ones, depending on how many zones. What's nice about this system, you only have one, and you can have multiple zones throughout the house. You can have up to 8 zones on this thing working off of one box, one condenser, and it's literally the size of a suitcase. It's very, very small. It takes up no room on the outside of it. It doesn't it's not this huge obstruction on the outside.
Like those central air ones are.
Yes. So, and what's really cool is they can all work off of that one condenser unit, and you run the line sets and the air and oil, the cooling and oil hoses and electric. Everything runs through on the outside of the house down to this one unit. And you can have different cooling zones in every single room, which is really nice because a lot of times with central air, you have one thermostat, the first floor and second floor.
I'm excited about having that finally.
Yeah, you can actually have every room have its own climate set up and also its own heat, its own air conditioning. It's all automatic. It works.
Modern.
Yeah, it's very, very cool.
Love
and
it.
It's really affordable, too.
Your friend Tommy, who owns Dart Fuel, he's got a big company here on Long Island.
Yeah.
And that's the place
That's my good buddy Tommy up over at Dart Fuel. If you guys are on Long Island and you're looking for the best prices on fuel oil as well as service
We've been getting the fuel
for
of
your
him
heating
forever.
systems. Yeah, I mean
he's got the best prices. That's all I care about.
Yeah, no doubt. He gets great prices, but they also, what a lot of people don't know, which is why we're kind of incorporating them into this project, because I want people to know what a great service department, installations for heating and air conditioning that they have. They've been doing it for decades, and they're going to come and do this AC unit. We're going to film it. And I'm going to make a commercial for them that we can play here on local Long Island news channels and morning shows and things like that. Here already has a huge clientele. I mean, tens of thousands of customers.
Yeah. You see that name everywhere.
People don't really know them for air conditioning.
Right.
So I think this is going to be a really win-win for him as well as us because they're going to install some awesome equipment here. So I'm excited about that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of some other products that I was interested in, your sister sent me a text that brought to my attention this brand of toilet paper that I wasn't aware of.
How does it always somehow work its way back to poop?
Because that's what's funny.
You just love poop.
I love poop. So she sent me this picture of Cottonelle, but it's on a green package. It says Cottonelle Gentle Care with Aloe plus E. And then in a little side note here, it says clean ripple texture, removes more.
Oh, it's got the it's got like the ripples
It's
on
got
it.
the ripples that removes more.
It's like ridges.
Right.
It's
right.
kind of like a scraper.
Exactly. So I'm like, oh my God, that looks amazing. I've been using Scott toilet paper my whole life. I don't change brands. And I wanted to see, do people like this toilet paper? Like, how well does it work before I even go and buy some? So, of course, like I do with everything, I went onto Amazon and I go to the reviews.
Right.
And this is where I nearly lost my marbles. Okay. I didn't want to see the good reviews. I wanted to see the bad reviews.
Right.
And this is where it got funny. I wanted to see what people had to say about this toilet paper and the bad reviews. I'm just going to read some of them to you.
Who knew there could be so much interest in toilet paper?
There
it's
is.
It's like what you wipe your ass with.
Yes, but the bad reviews are the best. That's what you got to look at when you're looking at a product. Is what do the people say
We're
who,
really gonna,
who don't like it?
Okay.
Yep.
Let's hear
yep.
it. Okay.
All right. This review is titled "Narrow Escape." How much narrower can toilet paper be before you have to call it dental floss? I've been using Cottonelle for 20 years, but the new narrow size means I have to find a new brand. I'm measuring it at about 3.75 inches wide, far, far short of the old industry standard of 4.5 inches.
That won't even cover your hand.
Or even 4.2 inches. It doesn't just feel skimpy, but it looks ridiculous having so much empty space in the toilet paper holder, unless I'm meant to put 2 rolls on the holder now, because I figure that's how much people are going to have to use now to equal what 1 roll used to do. The next one is titled...
So it removes more according to their advertising slogan, their marketing campaign, but you need more of it. They don't tell you that.
Right.
Gotcha.
This
Interesting.
This one's titled, Feels Like I've Used Twigs. No good anymore. We've used this toilet paper regularly for several years. Now, over the past 12 months, it seems they have changed how they make it and the amount of aloe they put in it. Our whole family noticed the difference. Now, this stuff makes us feel like we've used twigs or sandpaper all day.
Oh,
Ouch!
no.
We have switched to another brand. The next one's titled, It's Not Softer or More Comfortable Than Angel Soft or Other Brands. Unimpressive, overpriced. It is 1 star for price considerations. And this is in capital letters. It's not softer or more comfortable than Angel Soft or other brands. You'd never know there's aloe or anything in this. It's a scam, waste of money, overpriced with fake technology.
Wow.
This is a goodie. Tears easily. Would not recommend. I do not recommend this product.
All right, so let me get this straight. It's really thin, so small that it won't even cover your hands. So you're probably getting some residual.
It's narrow.
You're getting residual on your hands, so that's a whole other
Let
problem.
me finish these reviews before you jump to these conclusions.
All right, I'm making a synopsis of everything that you're saying here.
Tears easily. Would not recommend. I do not recommend this product. From my experience, this stuff tears real easily. I do not like paper that tears or your fingers go through as soon as you start to use it. The aloe on this paper just makes it more easily torn. I've used the regular Cottonelle for a long time, but the last packages we bought of that type also seem to tear more easily than prior purchases.
All right, I have something to say about tearing easily. I think that's a good selling point because I can't tell you how fucking frustrating it is to go when you go to tear a piece of toilet paper off the roll and it doesn't tear, and then you unravel the whole damn roll.
No, that's the tear technique. That's got nothing to do with the toilet paper. It has to do with the ripper, which is you.
No, there's sometimes that I yank on that thing hard and it doesn't tear.
How weak do you have to be able to? You're having trouble ripping toilet paper, really, Muscle Bedell?
I'm just telling you, there's times when you want to just pull it out and have it come off, and it doesn't, and then you have to wind up like
you're wrong on this. It's all your technique.
I'm wrong.
You don't know how to rip
Have you been in the room? Have you been there?
You don't know how to rip it properly. That never happens to me.
You've been there while I was doing it. That I'm doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong, just like you wipe your ass wrong.
Right.
You don't know how to do it unless I tell you.
Right. I can't do that without your help either, right, Mom?
The next one is titled, and then this must be like the toilet paper at work. Is it made out of lint? These reviews must be fake because this toilet paper is awful. I take about 12 inches worth, do a simple fold, and when I go to wipe, it slides on itself and slips out of place in my hand and falls apart instantly. It leaves pieces behind. Lots of pieces.
No, that's not good.
I've gotten shit on my hands so many times now, I just had to write this review.
Oh, you see? I knew it. So you got the narrow coverage, which basically means you're getting residual on your hand. It tears too easy. It's not doesn't. It feels like sandpaper. I mean, all the things that you don't want to happen.
All right. Well, let me keep going here because there's some goodies. This is by far the worst toilet paper I've ever used. Although I wouldn't normally dedicate any of my time to write a review on such a product, the inferiority of this item is worth advertising others or advising others before they consider making the same mistake. The problem with this toilet paper is that it literally disintegrates when it contacts any degree of moisture. You can imagine the rest of the scenario. I used 3 rolls in the case and then threw the remainder into the trash.
Oh, God.
Oh, Mike. Oh, you know what? This is important information.
Get the idea.
No.
Okay.
No, because this is funny and I'm going to read this. Don't cut me off yet.
All right.
There's some goodies. This is important information for you even. This next one. Apparently, Cottonelle and Charmin are the 2 worst offenders of toilet clogs and sewer backups. We've had the plumber come out twice since moving to our new house 6 months ago. He asked what type of TP we were using, and I proudly told him Cottonelle. How do you proudly tell him that? Like, in what way? Like, do you puff your chest out?
Yeah, I'm so
do you
proud
smile
about
when you
my
say
toilet
it?
paper.
I use Cottonelle.
Yeah.
Like, how do you really?
There are some toilet papers, especially if you have a septic system as opposed to city sewer, that are more septic system friendly than others.
Yeah, he said the plumber told them to stop immediately.
Yeah.
And that's mid-wipe.
Yeah. Whoa.
Apparently, Cottonelle and Charmin are the 2 worst offenders of toilet clogs and sewer backups. They don't break down in your toilet, in your pipes. Instead, he recommended Angel Soft. It's still 2-ply and relatively cushy, though not quite as much as this, but will dissolve in your line.
Dissolving in the line is very good.
Damn, another one. Will not buy again. Seems to shred as you use it. I'm not rough with the wiping or anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Okay.
This is the
All right.
finger.
So the moral of the story is don't use it, right? Okay. So it's like it's not good. Definitely not.
It's not good.
Overrated.
Wow. You're like shitting on my toilet paper segment. You're like shitting all over it.
No. Well,
you're like rushing me off.
If I'm actually shitting on it, just make sure you don't use that toilet paper.
Damn, you're like rushing me out of these things. Like, don't finish reading anymore. Like the one that says lint shower. Come on, man. And then I guess you don't want to hear the one about the foam buns.
No, please share.
Okay, hang on. Let me find the foam buns.
Do tell.
So apparently there's this novelty item called foam buns. Now look at it. It looks like an ass with strings attached to the upper corners.
What possibly would you need that for?
It says, now you can fight back. Just tie them on and they're ready to show. Made of a soft sponge-type material.
Fight back what?
I don't know. Maybe someone's kicking you in the ass and I don't know. But
it looks like a prosthetic ass. Like, would you tie it on?
But you know what? You know how booties are coming back now, and like rich people are getting ass implants. This is something you can easily slip into your clothing and look like you have a big, juicy, round ass.
Well, fortunately for me and you don't have to worry about that.
Thank God.
You have enough to go around.
Yeah, except for this problem: flimsy and easily dented.
Oh, God.
I was expecting something that would keep its shape, but a light touch dents it, so it defeats the purpose. Can you imagine that?
You got a big dent in your ass.
Yes! It's kind of like when you're stuffing your bra and then somebody sees the tissue sticking out the side.
Oh, that's got to be embarrassing.
Oh, shit,
you ever do that when you were younger?
Yeah. No, I told you I did it on Catch a Contractor.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
For those of you that didn't hear that story.
Yeah, like you need to, right?
They, well, not that I need to, but it was kind of like a little bit of a fuck you. They didn't want me to wear anything they wanted me to wear loose things that made me look like somebody's mom. And
well, basically, you have a very large rack. I don't think there's any secret about that. So,
I mean, it's not extremely large, but they wanted me to wear things that were loose and looked farty.
They wanted to kind of play down because we don't need to focus on that.
But I want to wear like my regular clothes, and God forbid you see that I have a waistline or a normal breast. Like they didn't want that to show. Right. So what I did was, in choosing the clothing that I was going to wear, they have to like approve it or disapprove it. And so when I went shopping and everything that I tried on, I bought things that were really loose and I took a picture of it and they all got approved. And then I went out and I bought these little elastic things with the 2 clips on the back, like from the 1980s.
Oh, the cinchers.
The cincher, yes. And I bought cinchers in every color, and I put them on my back at the bottom by my waist on all my shirts, so it would bring it in the waist, so you can see that I have curves. So there was this one day where what I was doing was also wearing I bought these gigantic padded bras from Victoria's Secret that make you look like 2-3 sizes bigger than what you are. So I was wearing those also because I was like, you don't want people to see I have boobs? I'm going to have triple boobs now. Fuck you. So there was this one day when I went to go do some surveillance and I forgot my triple boob bra. And I was wearing a sports bra, which makes me look like I got minus boobs. Like they were even smaller than they normally are because they were kind of like flattened a little bit, no lift. So I went into the bathroom and I took paper towels, wads of paper towels, and I stuffed them inside of my sports bra to make me look like I had giant boobs. I mean, it was like really huge wads. They were like, I wanted them to be as big, if not bigger, than what I usually look like with my triple boob bra. So I had a lot of stuffing in there, and it was the day I was doing surveillance with one of my assistants. So we had to do something, what's called a pickup. A pickup is when something you did or said wasn't heard, or you mumbled, or the camera wasn't at the right angle, so you need to redo something just for the purpose of the camera so that it fits into like another episode or another scene or something. So we had to do a pickup. So at some point we had to change our shirts to get back into something we were wearing on another day. And we were in this truck and like, well, when are we going to freaking do this? It was just me and her in the truck, and we had the GoPros on the windows and everything. We're like, all right, well, there's nobody like around this block. So we both changed our shirts right there in the front seat. And as we're doing it, and then I got my shirt on, the second shirt back on, I realize, holy shit, you can see all of that stuffing in my bra with the GoPro. Now, meanwhile, the editing people.
So that all goes back to the editing department.
Yeah, you could see my big stuffed with paper towels bra. Yeah.
That's funny, man.
Yeah. So.
Well, you can be sure the people in the editing department hear all kinds of things because we walk around with the mics on all day, and like you get mic'd up.
Oh yeah, you go take a shit, you forget you're wearing the mic.
Up in the morning when you get there, you go through makeup and you put your wardrobe on, and
you talk shit about some people.
They mic you up, and you leave that mic on all day.
Yeah.
So it's like, of course, you take a lunch break, whatever. And you forget that it's on. You forget because it's just like a little pack that goes inside your belt, and you just forget it's there. Especially we've been doing this for a few years, so it's like it just becomes part of like you're used to it, right?
Yeah.
There's been so many times when like I've been in the trailer and like just in the bathroom or someplace making noises that didn't want anybody to hear. I had this like, oh shit moment, like there's someone somewhere on the block, some sound guy with headphones and the big recording packs. That just captured all of that.
Yeah. They don't actually necessarily record everything because that's all like for space they don't record everything, but he can hear everything.
Right.
So he's probably the guy most in the know.
Yeah, there's been a few times where I came out of the trailer and Jeremy was one of our sound guys.
Oh yeah, that's how we caught that other guy with that pool episode.
Oh my god,
because he forgot he was wearing it too, and he's not even somebody who ever wears one.
Yeah. If you guys have seen the episode with Winston, season 3, with the pool guy that was going to make that swim lap pool for the lady that had a disability. That's exactly how we busted him because he had the mic on, and during a break between filming, he went to go call the guy, his installer, and was like coaching him up on what to say because he was on the way over and he knew that we were going to be grilling him and we would have caught Winston in a lie. Yeah. So he's coaching him up, and we were in the truck. If you saw the episode,
that was
we
awesome.
were in the base camp truck, which is where all the producers and everybody sit and watch all the monitors, and you can see every camera and what it's, you could hear everything. And we heard this guy having that conversation on the phone. He totally forgot he had the mic on.
Oh yeah, I mean,
what
you really
douche.
I think it took us to season 3 for us to even remember that we had that thing on because I mean, it's just not natural to think that you're being recorded.
That there's plenty of other people that they probably captured, the same way, between filming. We'd take a 10-minute break here and there, and they'll, whoever it is we're working with, we'll go make a phone call, whichever one of the guys that we busted, so. I would imagine somewhere on the cutting room floor is a lot of conversations like that. But that particular one, we happen to be standing right there listening and watching on the monitor, and we're like, oh, man, this has to get in the episode. We got to use this.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Catch a Contractor, I was doing some searches on Facebook. I forgot why. But I was searching you, like to see what posts come up with you. Because sometimes if people don't tag you in something, you'll never see that it exists. And I know that we've been meeting a lot of people lately, like at Fox and Friends or whatever, people take a picture with us and then they post it. But because they're not Facebook friends with us, they can't tag us. So it just ends up on the internet. We never end up seeing the pictures. So I think I was looking for shit like that. I found this really nice post that some guy, Christopher Metcalf, shared Skip Bedell's photo. It was a picture that you had posted of you and Adam. You're like, okay, East Coast, Spike TV, let's go catch a contractor. That was in June 2015. So he took your picture and then he posted it and wrote, I'm loving this show. They really go after these contractors. And Skip Bedell is really nice to look at.
Oh, God.
So then I looked at the comments below from all his friends.
Oh, God.
I want to dip my stick in some Skippy.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Ay, Dios mío, papi chulo.
Okay, that's enough of that, and that will probably be
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. He's fucking hot. I want his trends.
that would be the source of all the dick pics that I'm getting
Stop
sent to me.
staring at him and start staring at Craig. I guess whoever his boyfriend is. But the fun doesn't stop there, my love. It didn't stop there.
Oh, God.
Then I found you on a website called The Bearded Spank Bank. A spank bank is when you have pictures that you use to jerk off to.
Oh,
and
come on,
it's the
man.
Bearded Spank Bank because it's pictures of all guys with beards.
Oh,
So here's the nice one
no,
of you. Where this guy wrote, I am in love with this guy, bodybuilder, fighter, contractor, Skip Bedell. Woof!
Oh,
And then underneath, some guy says, I just want to do his laundry. And then another
no, you
one.
don't.
If we contracted,
Ask Allison Bedell about that. No, you don't.
if we contracted with him, hardly any work would get done. And then somebody posted
God.
some place that is a naked men only hotel. He looks really tall. Daddy likes. Another one. Yes, he's woofy. Another one. Hot sex for hours.
Yeah, no.
Another one.
Actually, no.
A real man.
Not with you.
Another one. Has he got a twin? Hot hunk. Lucky to have him.
All right.
And look at this one. It's like somebody
the
like
idea.
it's like doing a twerking. It's like a little dog doing twerking with a heart on its ass.
Oh, God.
Oh, baby.
All right. Well, thanks very much to my fan club out there.
At the Bearded Spank Bank.
Yeah.
I love it.
Evidently, I am a big attraction at the Spank Bank.
I love it.
Who knew?
Yes.
I get lots.
Now you do.
I get lots of messages and mail from people around the globe of that nature, and
Well, you're a nice looking man.
and thanks so much. Yeah, I'll okay.
Yeah. That's very nice. It's very flattering. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not showing up on any dyke pages or anything.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
I don't think so. I've Googled myself. I don't think that the ladies even know.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even think, guys, they don't, they know you're straight, but they still put you out on there anyway. You're on a lot of people's Pinterest also, I saw.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And a lot of these people who have these with you on their Pinterest, they have, big movie stars on there, too. And I'm like,
Whoa.
oh, my husband's up there, with Brad Pitt.
Whoa.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Made the A-list.
And you're mine.
Imagine that.
So,
A-list on Pinterest and also on the Spank Bank.
yeah.
See the diversity?
Do you remember, you know what whippets are?
Spank Bank.
You whippets?
Yes.
Okay. So there was this guy in a grocery store in some other state. A 54-year-old man was accused of defecating inside of a grocery store on Monday evening. Police were called to the Safeway after the store employees said a man had stopped in an aisle, lowered his shorts, and defecated. He walked around the store tracking feces as he went until he finally left.
No.
He left behind a bag of belongings that identified him and his name. Shortly after, a resident reported a naked, drunk man had walked into his home and defecated on his couch. When the resident asked him to leave, he demanded a towel. He was still inside the home when the police arrived and arrested him on criminal mischief, trespassing, and disorderly conduct. Big freaking deal, by the way. He told police he liked to use whippets, cylinders of nitrous oxide used in making whipped cream. He was briefly hospitalized for evaluation, but has since been released. Now, when you do a whippet, like you're laughing and it wears off like after a few seconds.
It's basically the same thing that they use in the dentist office.
Right, but it wears off really quick. It's 20 seconds.
Yeah, so like when you're in the dentist office and they give you, what you know is laughing gas, which is why they call it that, and it kind of just like puts you in like a half out of it state.
So if you want to take a crap on somebody's couch, whippets have nothing to do with it.
There's a constant flow of it. They put that little mask over your nose, and you're constantly breathing it in. As soon as you stop inhaling it, about 30 seconds to a minute later, it's like, it just goes away.
Yeah, so that's either like mental illness or intoxication. That guy had nothing to do with whippets.
No.
And plus, how did the guy got in your house? No. He took a shit on your couch.
No, nitrous oxide is not going to make you walk into someone's house naked and take a shit on their floor.
No, and at what point the guy is like you're asking him to leave? Yeah. Like what? I don't know. That whole scene would get a little bit more violent as far as I'm concerned. If somebody's in my house taking a shit on my couch, and by the way, how'd you get in here?
Yeah. I would be a lot more concerned with that.
Look at this scene right here. Can you tell what that is?
Oh, that's not good.
What does it look like to you?
It looks like, that's better. Some kind of toilet or urinal or something, and a lot of blood.
Okay. Well, let me tell you how that happened.
It does not look good.
A man was caught in a blood-soaked battle with a massive snake after it slithered up sewer pipes and bit onto his penis as he sat going to the toilet.
Oh, no!
Yep. Homeboy was squatting over the toilet in his Thailand home when he suddenly felt a sharp bite to the tip of his penis. He immediately grabbed down below with his hand and was horrified to discover he caught hold of the head of a huge snake that had clamped its jaws around his privates. He immediately screamed for his wife and began fighting the serpent, which refused to let go. Like the police came and they got to get like the guy. They had to get the snake out of the pipes. Can you imagine?
Oh my God!
There are places like in Australia, I think I was seeing that where it's a common thing. Like when it gets dry during the year and it's also mating season, they need a place that's moist.
Yeah, they get into the waste pipes. Yeah. And they get into the sewer systems and all that stuff, and they make their way up through the plumbing in your house, and they will come up through your toilet.
Yeah, and I love the writer of this article who said, for a man, there's not more horrifying situation than this. You plop down on the toilet for your morning dump when suddenly a python, which was waiting patiently for a meal in the toilet below, clamps down on your penis. Pure terror is feeling horrible pain in your penis and not being totally sure what is happening, but then the situation gets worse upon realizing that a large snake has bitten your penis and that you have to follow to get your life. Like, could you imagine, like...
So by the way, if that thing is all the way back into the pipes, how are you even going to pull it out? I mean, they're very strong. And if it's wrapped, if it's all through the bends in the pipe and everything, it's going to be like, it's not going to want to come out of that pipe.
No.
So if anything, it's going to want to pull itself back in with your dick in its mouth.
Yeah. In Australia, it's pythons that are hiding in their pipes. Fucking pythons.
God.
Can you imagine that?
No.
I mean, and you guys got something.
It's not the pythons, it's the crocodiles or the tarantulas. Look at that thing. Holy God! See, there's the thing, though. Look in that toilet. What do you just like go in the bathroom and don't even look down before you sit on the toilet? I think I just do that automatically. I mean, don't you? You probably don't even realize you do it, but you must look into the toilet before you sit on it, right? I mean, I think I just do that.
Listen to this.
Just to make sure there's not, like a leftover dump or something in there.
Oh my God! Well, in your case, it probably is.
Some residual.
There's
from,
always something
from the
left
time
behind.
Before.
Yes, I love it. I love sharing a bathroom with you. I do not think anything on the planet could be as bad as waking up in the middle of the night, stumbling to the bathroom in the dark to avoid waking up your spouse, and just as you start to take a dump, a giant python sinks its teeth into your dangling ball sack.
Oh God, that has got to be like a nightmare come true. That's That's the kind
of shit like people worry about sitting on a spider. Fuck that. I think that this is a lot worse.
Oh yeah, I'll take the spider any day.
It's like you got to look down then the entire time you're in the bathroom just to make sure nothing's squirming its way up. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
That's horrific.
Just another reason why you may want to reconsider moving to Australia.
Oh God, it's awful.
That happens a lot down south too, like in Florida, and like a lot of the areas where it's hot down there. They get all kinds of snakes and insects and alligators, all kinds of shit that's trying to eat you and kill you. Fire ants, A lot of good stuff going on down
Yeah,
there,
I mean,
man.
like the ants business, like you
Yeah.
just walking. You see that on Naked and Afraid a lot. Oh my God! Somebody wrote to me who heard our last podcast and said that the necklaces that they're wearing are actually their microphones, and their wire it runs wires down. I think it's that bag that they wear or
right,
whatever.
that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's what that is.
that makes sense. Okay.
I just thought it was like cool, jungle attire.
Oh, all right. So that's what the bag is for. Then they're carrying the mic pack,
Yeah.
like we buckle inside of our pants.
Right.
Oh, I just thought the whole time the dude had a merce, a jungle merce.
I can't.
It's a jungle merce.
Oh God, don't make me. Oh my God.
It's like a loincloth combo merce.
Oh my
So
God,
it's-
that's awesome.
Yeah, loincloth and merce.
Yeah. Either
Yeah.
that or it's like, I guess if you're kind of chunky, it's like that little square
It's a lemurse.
of material you could try to use to hide some part of you, I guess, if you're self-conscious.
It's a loin merce. They kind of pull it around to the front to cover the package a little bit, you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
they both do, right? The guy and the girl.
Like, well, depending, I guess I guess for the girl, you'd want to swing it around back. And the guys, I guess if you're small, you'd want to swing it around the front.
Yeah, you're small. Every little micro junk on TV.
Oh my God! I heard. Did I tell you
That
the
would
other
be
day?
embarrassing, right?
That I had on an old.
If you're going to go on Naked and Afraid, make sure you're hung.
Oh my God!
You want to go in there with like a little peanut dick.
Oh my
The
God!
crew's laughing at you and shit
Could
the whole
you
time.
imagine?
No.
Wow!
Thankfully, no. I can't even imagine.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God.
Be swinging in there like an elephant trunk.
I wonder, like, because they don't really focus on any of that. I don't really know that it's even necessary to be completely naked. Why can't you wear a bikini or something?
Because it's called Naked and Afraid, not
I think
Speedo,
that's.
not
I think
Speedo
the,
and Afraid.
I think the naked is the draw for that show because
Well,
if they were
yeah.
wearing even something very minimal, I still don't think that you'd get the same viewership.
If it was just called Afraid in the Wilderness, there would be no. Yeah, the show would have had half a season and would be off the air.
Yeah.
But I mean, Naked. Whoa, what? Hold
Yeah.
on a second. You going through the directory? Wait, Naked and Afraid? Okay, let me
Yeah.
see that.
Like I think about like months or even like a year or two after, like in your neighbors who've seen it, your friends,
Yeah.
and if you don't have like a body that you're really even like proud of, like if you got issues, that's like that's kind of gotta haunt you afterwards. That people saw that. Well, I guess the same thing with Jennifer Lawrence though, and those. That,
Oh yeah, she's never getting away from that.
yeah. Every time I think of
I
her,
mean, that's a whole nother story, though, because if you're just like average Joe Blow down the street and you decide to go on this reality show and you're aware of the fact that you're like not in good shape and like you don't care, I'm going on there anyway. I don't give a shit, right? Whatever the prize, I think we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of monetary reward or something? I don't
we
even,
don't know.
I don't even know, or if it's just like their survival point rating
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah, if you're coming from the Jennifer Lawrence side of things,
Oh, yeah.
and yeah, you're the glowing golden child in the movie world, and then you're found with like hundreds of pictures on the internet with like,
spooge on your face.
oh, good lord.
Yeah, I've got that one on my phone.
Has anyone seen? I'm sure plenty of you guys have seen those pictures. If you haven't, yeah, check out Google Jennifer Lawrence.
No,
and,
they're going to be hard to find because most of them had gotten taken down.
really?
But before they did, I screenshotted a bunch.
Oh, good God, they were pretty bad.
Yeah, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was basically like the whole football team came over for a visit at our house and and all made a deposit on her face.
Terrible. Oh my god.
The entire team.
Good thing you kept that in your phone, Jen.
Yeah.
Boy.
Even like the guys that are on the bench, even the ones that don't play.
Oh my god.
The ones that don't even get in the game. They were there too.
He was in the game.
And the coach.
Yeah.
And the water boy. And the locker room guy. And the groundskeeper for the football field.
Oh my god.
And the guy running the hot dog concession and the T-shirts.
You're gonna make me.
They were
cough
all
up
there.
blood. Oh god. Okay. Well.
It was so bad you couldn't even like decipher where the separation between loads were. It was just like one giant coating of goo.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
like-
was a lot.
It was basically just like a bucket of goo got dumped on the top of her head and it
my
ran down
God.
her face.
It was like the Nickelodeon Awards.
Yeah, only white. It wasn't the green goo. It was white.
So gross.
Oh, Jennifer, that's the epitome of bad choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? She's still getting those multi-million-dollar movies.
Hey, God bless her. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Good for
yeah,
her.
yeah, absolutely.
So we have some questions from some listeners that I wanted to get to before I go back to bed.
All right, give it up. Let's do it.
When helping people with their homes, they call Skip Bedell.
You want to avoid a headache and save money, he's the man to talk to. Skip Bedell.
Amanda Mary asked me what my favorite nail polish color is if I paint my nails. Yeah. I'm just going to make this very brief. I like glitter. I don't like solid nail polish because I have very short nails, and I also have weak nails. So I find that glitter, the kind like with lots of glitter in it, it makes your nails really hard and strong, and they grow nicer. I use this stuff, OPI. It's called liquid sand. It's like so much glitter that it feels like sand on your nails. And the silver color that I use, it's called It's Frosty Out There, or It's Frosty Outside. And then after that dries, I put on top another OPI nail polish, and it's like black with silver glitter in it. And they have two different ones that are the same color but with two different names because they're like they were like seasonal kind of thing. One is called Metallic for Life, and the other one is called The Glittering Night. That's the ones that I use. I like to have glittery nail polish because also you can't see all the imperfections in my nails because they're all fucked up. Anyway.
You're a mess.
Yeah. Somebody asked you, I didn't get the name here, how can I get streaks off of a newly painted wall? He's already applied multiple coats.
Wow. Okay. He might have had some sort of like oil base or something made the streaks underneath the original coat of paint that was put on there unevenly, or maybe somebody used some sort of cleaner and left a residue on there that keeps soaking through the paint. Whatever those causing those streaks is penetrating back through the paint. I would give the wall a light sanding, a couple of coats of a good primer like a Zinsser or a Kills primer. They also make that in oil base and latex. There's one that's like a stain hider that actually is made to cover up like everything. You can put it over like, oil residues on the wall, like nicotine, and it's just tar. It just covers everything up, and then you can paint over that. I would try that first. If not, then you may just want to just rip the drywall off the wall and start over.
Oh, what a mess.
No, I'm kidding. Try that out. Give it a light sand. Give it one or two coats of primer, and then get back to your paint.
With a fine sandpaper?
Yeah, something like that. You're going to want to actually remove some of what you have on there already, so you can use a little bit of heavier grade sandpaper, like a 100.
Would you use a piece of paper sandpaper, or would you use a machine sander?
If you have a machine sander, then by all means, you'll get the job done faster, or else you can use a pole sander. They come with like a round disc on the end, or the actual rectangular pad of sandpaper that you can put on a pole. Or if you have a sander, like a palm sander or some sort of orbital, that would even work faster. But get down through whatever it is that's on there now. Hopefully you can get past it, rough it up a little bit so the primer wants to grab onto everything. And hopefully that primer, if you put on at least a coat, try two, you'll know if it's bleeding through the primer as well. If it's bleeding through the primer, then it's going to continue to bleed through your paint. And whatever it is that's causing that,
you're fucked.
Yeah. I've had stubborn problems like that before on painting projects, where there was something on an old wall that it just kept bleeding through.
Remember Brucey ceiling in the kitchen?
Yeah, he had a water stain, like a watermark, and everything was dried up, and it had it almost looked like a rust, like a brown mark from water where there was a leak on the floor above. Everything was aired out, dried completely, but that stain kept bleeding through. So I had to get an oil-based primer, like a stain blocker primer. I'm pretty sure I used Kills for that. And I actually had to put like 3 coats of primer on there before it stopped bleeding through the primer.
Wow.
Yeah, primer is made to block anything coming through it.
When you need 3 coats, that was a serious problem.
Yeah, I had to prime it up and keep priming it until it stopped bleeding through. And then once it stops coming through the primer, then you're good to paint. So
okay.
Yeah.
Super duper.
And if not, just tear the house down and, build a new one.
Here in Seattle, I've noticed a lot of man buns. Is this a trend you guys have noticed in other places, or is it just here? It's everywhere, dude. It's everywhere. Man buns are, I think, equal to almost beards.
Haven't they, come and gone, though?
No.
Haven't they already, run their course, and I'm hoping?
No. When you think about it, women's hairstyles can, change dramatically, but men's... it's, kind of either like long or short. There's not like a lot of variation. So I think that these different types of styles, like with the long beards and the man buns, are.
I think like people are watching like old reruns of like old movies, like Sinbad or some shit. Like where did this style come? Or like this the man bun with the long beard. It's like I feel like it's played out already, though.
Yeah,
like, it's so saturated.
Yes, yes, it's so trendy that it needs to go away now.
It was tempting. The long beard was tempting. I have considered growing mine out, and it is quite burly and rugged looking. And I can say that I'm a fan of the longer beard, but I just
on other people though.
On other people, yeah, I just don't think that I could. I don't know that it's for me. I'm a little more clean cut, but I never completely shave.
Well, you're also a dirty biker, though. There's like with both of us, we have like two sides.
I used to be a dirty biker. Now I'm just a biker. I used to be more dirty than I am now.
Oh yeah, when we first met, you were definitely dirty.
Yeah, I was filthy.
You wore earrings like all the time.
I'm kidding.
Well, no, by dirty we don't mean like your cleanliness level. We mean like your look, your style.
I was a little more rugged than I am now.
You had the typical biker goatee.
Yeah.
All bikers have a goatee.
What is with that? Yeah, that's kind of stereotypical, don't you think?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, when we met, you had the goatee, and you definitely you were leathered out all the time, and you had earrings, and you wore your cute chaps with your cute little ass in the back with your jeans, and
only in the winter.
Yeah, but you just looked adorable, and.
If you're wearing chaps in the summer, there's a problem, guys.
Since you had gotten
what's the name of that? What's the name of that site?
Assless chaps?
No. Hold on a second. You just said something that like isn't that the whole idea of chaps? Aren't all chaps assless? Are there chaps with an ass on them?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, the chaps don't have an ass.
Yeah, but I hear people say that all the time. Assless chaps.
Bearded spank bank.
Yeah. If you're wearing your chaps in the summertime, you're probably a member of the Bearded Spank Bank.
Yes.
No, seriously though, all chaps are assless. Isn't that the point?
You know what? That annoys me because when I wear the chaps, my ass is cold in my jeans.
Or else just wear leather pants. Right? Like, what is the point? The point of that
is... Yeah, but the leather, that they should be able to snap on, though.
Listen,
that's the whole idea.
Chaps originally were worn by cowboys, okay? They're basically to cover their legs, for all the brush and everything when they're riding on their horses and they're gathering their horses and cattle and stuff.
Pair of chaps with an ass.
It also protects the inside of their legs from rubbing up against the saddle, and they spend weeks or months out in the wilderness on their on their horse. It protects their legs, but you can also take them off and still have pants on, right?
Right.
It's the same thing with bikers. Like when I would wear them in the wintertime because I can wear my regular jeans on underneath it. I get to where I'm going, I can take off the chaps.
But they look so cute on you, though.
Yeah, well, I wear them in the cold weather because they're also, if there's... they're great too, even if it's raining.
Ladies, just take a moment. Let's have a moment of silence so you can picture it.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Skip Adele and these chaps with his cute little baggy ass.
I'm sure all the boys
pants.
over at the Spank Bank are probably picturing that too.
Stop it. It's a nice look.
Let me just say this one time. Stop it.
You're more popular with the boys than you even realize.
Stop it.
And I bet you I could find a lot more.
No.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's very flattering. And you know what? They know. Those guys, they're all about a hot man with a nice look. You got nice hair and the beard. The beard was my idea, though, right? Because when we met, you had the goatee.
Yeah.
And I always
Let me
loved
tell you how the
George
goatee
Michael.
came about. It's an interesting story behind the goatee.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, because I used to be completely clean shaven, always very clean cut, and I don't know exactly what was going on. I was on some project. I think I was like upstate somewhere. I didn't shave for like a couple of weeks. We were building something, and I had like grown in like a beard, maybe for the first time like ever. And this is back like in my, I don't know, late 20s maybe. And I went to go shave, and it was pretty thick now, and I never shaved like something that was grown in that much. It was like, kind of like it was a tough job to do. It was like ripping the razor through my beard. Oh. So I'm shaving off like one side of my face, like underneath my cheek, and I shaved off the one side, kind of like down to where the mustache line is. And I'm like, oh, well, that doesn't look so bad. I'm like, let me try the other side. And I shaved the other side off and left everything in the middle. I had like a goatee, and I'm like, oh, wait a second, that's not so bad. But then the trick was to get it even. And if you've never shaved, like, and kind of carved a shaped beard out of a rough beard, it's interesting because it takes some practice.
It's an acquired skill.
Yeah, and if you fuck it up, then it's not good because now one side is uneven from the other, and then you basically need to shave your whole face and start over.
Yeah.
Which I've done that a few times too.
Yeah.
But after I did that, it all happened by mistake. I'm like, wait a second, this is so bad. So then I kind of like got into keeping it like that, and only there were some times to where like I would mess up one side, you're cutting it with the razor, and like you slip and you could take too much off.
You gotta make the other side match.
Yeah, and then like I gotta like do the same thing on the other side, and it turns into like a Fu Manchu, or it's like something completely different.
Yeah.
And I wore a goatee for years. I don't know, probably like 10 years. And then I think I met you, and you were like, well, "Why don't you grow the sides in and see what that looks like?"
Yeah, because I knew that.
And I'm like,
good
"Yeah,
on
I
you.
did that once before, and that's how I got here."
Yeah,
you know,
I knew it would look good.
it's it's different. It's
And
cool.
you look unrecognizable without it. We even showed the picture to your mom when you had shaved it all off to do that Benjamin Moore spot.
Yeah.
And she was like, look, everybody was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because they're just so used to you like this.
I know. I've had facial hair for like a long years and years now, so it's like, I've had to shave it a few times for a couple different commercials and things I did over the last couple of years, and it felt really weird. I felt like naked, like my face was like cold and naked, it was a strange feeling. You know?
I would love to get a hold of some of that Benjamin Moore footage because they didn't give you any. It's on those e-learning modules, and so we don't have access to it. Somebody, if you work at Benjamin Moore, would you mind just swiping it and copying it for us and sending us some
When
footage?
you're used to having facial hair on your face and then you shave it all off, it's a very strange feeling. So, and then
It's kind of like with your bush.
No.
No, it's like when you have bush forever and then you decide to have, hardwood floors, and then all of a sudden it's a totally different sensation. You got to get used to that too.
All right, I don't know about that, but I can tell you that from on my face, it's very strange because like it covers up parts of your face, so and all of a sudden you can see them again, and you're like, oh my god, I forgot that was under there.
I forgot I have that mole.
Well, I have that there's like a cleft in my chin, and there's
there is.
I had no idea. Because there's hair over it right now.
Yes, it's really weird.
Yeah, I have like a big dent in my chin. And I shaved it off.
It's like Peter Griffin on Family Guy has an ass on his chin.
I have like an ass on my chin.
It's like balls.
He's got
balls on his chin.
He's got balls on his face. That's funny. Mine's not quite balls, but it's definitely a full ass, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So handsome.
And so there you go. There's the history behind the man
your beard. So anyway, but you will not be growing a bun. You used to have longer hair, but longer as in 80s flock of seagulls.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Flock of seagulls somewhere between that and some other hairband. Yeah.
Yeah. You had like a big swoop going across the top of your head.
Yeah, well,
required a lot of hair drying and hairspray.
That was back in the day, man. That was 80s. If anybody lived and made through that period of time, then you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
We did things and wore things that we shall never speak of again.
Yeah. Yeesh. Not
Some
good.
strange fashions back then.
Not good.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is from Ted Schneider. What size generator would he need to power up? He's got an air conditioner, wall unit, a refrigerator, lights, TV, and a fan. There's a hurricane coming up, and he wants to buy a generator.
Yeah.
Is gas or propane better?
If you have a propane source, if you have to feed the thing, with barbecue tanks, that can be a hassle. But if you have a propane source that you can tap into, like a large tank on your property that you feed your house with, then I would say yes, you may want to consider that. They also make them for natural gas. So if you have gas in your neighborhood that comes in, city off the street, and your house is piped for gas, then you can tee off of that. You can have a plumber come and tee off of that and pipe your generator right into that, so you really have like an endless supply of fuel. That being said, if that's not the case and you're considering just doing like the barbecue tank style, which they do make generators that take those also, that's a little more of a hassle. Think about every time what you have to go through to go get your barbecue tank filled, as opposed to filling up the gas in your car or like a little jerry can for your lawnmower or whatever. I think if I had to choose between the two, I would go with I have chosen. I have a gas generator here. Ours is 7,000 watts max, I think. It's a job site generator. It has a Honda motor on it, and it works really well. I've had it for years, actually, and it powers up our whole house. So what I did, you can get a switch panel. They make them like a switch box that will wire into your breaker panel, and that will basically energize the whole panel from your generator. You run off the 30 amp line, and it comes into that. It comes off your generator and into that panel, and then it'll fire up your whole panel. They're a little more pricey. Basically, what I did, and this is because I'm a little more well versed with the electrical. Essentially, what that panel is really just a box that's splitting the energy between both sides of your panel. So when you're bringing in 240 as opposed to 110, you're running two hot leads and a neutral, so a red and a black and a white. I know it sounds a little confusing, but essentially it's the same thing as like a dryer plug. If you have an electric dryer or an oven, a range plug, the same thing. So you're coming off your generator and you're feeding that. If you get that plug set up wired into your panel, you can actually backfeed that, and you can power up your whole house. Now, you might not want to run everything in your house. It's going to put a strain on the generator, and you might be popping the breaker, but it'll certainly run your refrigerator. It'll run, if you have like a smaller, like a window unit air conditioner, it'll run probably most of the lights in your house and all the other things like your, cable box and computers and things. And we run pretty much almost everything here in the house. Yeah, just off of my 7,000 watt generator, which is probably like a standard size. They make them between like 4,000 and 5,000 watt, most job site generators. This one's a little bit bigger, but I've had the one that I have right now for years, and it really does a good job, and it's easy to use. It has electric start on it. You can get them now probably between like $500 and $1,000 that come with a battery. They're electric start, so you also have a pull starter on it, so if the battery's not working or it's not charged, you can pull start it as a backup. And they really do a nice job as opposed to spending maybe $3,000 to $5,000 on the excuse me, you better not be getting me sick.
Oh, shit.
That you would spend on having, one of the big gas-operated ones. What's nice about those is those are like instant on. So when the power cuts off, they automatically fire up and power. It's like a standby power, but it's in a totally different price range. You have to have a plumber come, an electrician come, and it's a lot more work. So if you're going to go out and just get yourself a generator, look at Honda. They make a really good line of generators. They're not too noisy either. They're a little pricey. Kohler also makes a really good line of motors and generators. And let's see, Generac also is probably a brand that you'd be more familiar with. I think they sell them at Home Depot and some of the big box stores.
I just thought of something that I forgot to say before that I just wanted to throw in.
Yeah.
I saw on Groupon they were selling man buns, like that you can attach to your head, almost like
clip-on. No.
Yeah, like they do for women's ponytails. I just wanted to tell you guys, don't do that. Don't be a moron and do that.
I just have to say, stop it. Stop it.
Do not buy a separate man bun, please. And can you imagine if that thing fell off, what an asshole you'd look like?
Oh, that's way worse.
Get into a fight and somebody pulls off your man bun, forget it.
If you're wearing a man bun, you deserve to get into a fight. You need to have your fucking ass kicked and the man bun stuffed up your ass or jammed down your throat.
Oh, God, that's awesome.
Stop it. Don't do that.
Oh, God. Take it from Skip.
You know when you're like with a dog, you look at him with a serious face and you point your finger and you go,
No.
No. No. Stop it.
Yep, that's it.
That's what I'm saying to you guys.
Yeah.
Do not clip a man bun on your head.
Okay, there you go. Although I still have yet to put all of my hair extensions on you and see what it looks like.
That's because you're not gonna.
I'm going to. Cannot
yeah,
wait.
in my sleep, maybe.
If you guys actually... If you're like
that
me,
was sexy.
Sorry,
cough up a couple more chunks.
I'm gonna cut that out.
I think I got like half a chub on that. Do that, yeah. Do that again.
Shut up, jerk.
It's so sexy.
Shut up. If you guys are interested in having a piece of custom-made jewelry, if you aren't able to find the thing that you are thinking of in your head, the piece of jewelry of your dreams, and you can't find it in the store, but you always wish you had something in particular, we have a friend named Anthony Camel who is a gemologist. He's a certified gemologist. He makes jewelry. He makes custom-made jewelry.
He's a rock star of jewelers.
He has a website, which is foreverfaithfuldiamonds.com, but he doesn't just deal with diamonds. He deals with everything. If it's jewelry, he makes it. If you can think of it, he can create it. If you guys want a custom-made piece of jewelry, you can give him a holler, tell him what you like. He'll talk to you about it, give you a price. And you know what? If he makes something for you and you don't like it, he will give you your money back.
Can't beat that.
That is a price guarantee that where you have absolutely nothing to lose. And imagine if you actually love what he makes, you end up with something that's one of a kind, a piece that you can tell all of your friends, I came up with this idea.
Right.
I designed that.
Right. You didn't walk into Jared's.
Right.
Yeah, I love the commercials. He went
You
to
went to
Jared's.
Jared's.
Yeah, my ring is the same as every other girl.
Exactly. Have an open heart. Leave your heart open and have the same necklace as everybody else has and all of your friends.
Well,
no, thank you.
Check out Anthony Camel. Definitely unique guy, a craftsman, a master of his trade in jewelry. Money back guarantee.
Money back guarantee.
You'll be happy. His website is
foreverfaithfuldiamonds.com, and you can also call him 949-463-0635.
all right then.
And the next question is from Larry Trendelenberg, who asks if you have any suggestions when it comes to additions, second stories, or that sort of thing. Now, I don't know specifically what he meant by that, but is there
Any
anything?
suggestions? Yes, I have a few. Hook up with the contractor that's going to do the right job for you, and by that meaning that someone that's what they do. They build extensions, so they will be able to expedite the process. When you're doing an extension or any addition to your house, it has to start with the foundation. It has to start with excavation of the land, what's going on below the soil. There's a lot that goes on to that, and that's why an architect and engineer comes into play. Building permits and all that stuff comes into play because it's not the kind of project you want to get into without doing.
Let's talk about Manny.
Yeah, well, Manny, if you've
Is a
seen
classic
if
example
you've
of what
seen
not
our
to
show,
do.
Catch a Contractor, Manny is the guy that you don't want because he built an addition for someone, didn't do any of those things. They had a outdoor, like a room with a roof over it, like kind of like a patio room type
Right.
of thing. That had some outdoor carpeting in it
Right.
over like a 3-inch slab of concrete.
Right.
And Manny built an addition over the slab, no footings, no
Over the carpet.
over the carpet.
He put framing over the
He
carpet.
actually framed on the carpet.
And he framed wrong.
Yeah, so you want to make sure you have the right guy, and it's important that you're dealing with someone that is very familiar with the process of building extensions and additions onto homes. It's different than new construction because it is new construction, but it's going to be married to old construction. And that in itself, there's guys that just do that. They just do extensions and additions, and that's who you want to deal with. Because they're going to be able to expedite all the paperwork. They're going to have an architect that they work with regularly, an engineer, all the people that you need to get through all the red tape and all the stuff that your project is held up on. Because that's the kind of thing when you're doing an addition or an extension on your house, you're opening up one side of your house to now enter into this new structure. And anytime you're doing that, you're exposed to the elements. There's a lot of things that have to come into place. It's not like you have a new construction, site, and that you're not going to occupy it until it's all done. No, you're most of the time living in that structure, and now they're cutting a giant hole in the side of your house, and they're going to build an addition onto it. So you want to have someone who's very well versed with that, so the job can get done quickly and the least amount of hassles and interruptions in your life. That would be my suggestion to you.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Bedell. Somebody named Megan McKinney asked if I have any suggestions on getting rid of beehives around the house. Active beehives.
Oh, those are the best.
The first thing I want to say about that, this is actually one of these topics.
You know how you can tell if it's active or not? You stick your finger in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a topic that is a little bit close to my heart because I've actually supported causes financially that relate to this. Bees are so important. I mean, I know that you guys know that they pollinate things, and they make honey and all that, but people don't really realize that they are not just a part of our environment, but they are essential to our environment because without the pollinations that they do, we would literally be without our crops and our food that we are growing that need to be pollinated by these bees. A shortage of bees means a shortage of food for everybody, and they are being killed off by the millions because of pesticides. We're actually right now in a catastrophe time for bees. Bees are being killed off at a terrible rate, and there's a lot of things going on right now in an effort to get these pesticide companies to stop spraying things that are harming the bees because we need them. It's not just for some things. We absolutely 100% need the bees. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because there's a variety of different types of bees, and if you don't know what kind that you have, you do need to get somebody in there that can evaluate. But
you're
what
talking
you,
about
make the last
you're talking about the kind of bees that pollinate the plants. A lot of times people have a bee nest in their
right.
house.
Well, you have to establish
first. They think they're bees, and many times they're wasps
right.
or
Well,
hornets.
let me go where I was going.
Oh yeah.
Let me go where I was going.
Go
I haven't
for
gotten
it.
there yet. I'm just a little long-winded. I haven't gotten there yet. So the purpose of me saying this is don't kill the bees. First thing you need to do is determine what kind of a bee is it. Now, I happen to work coincidentally with a couple of people who are actually, they are beekeepers. They have bees at their home and like outside their property, and they get the honey and they do the whole thing, like they make the honey, they put it in this thing that spins and do everything that's involved with that. So do not kill the bees. Find somebody that can first identify the bees. There's things like in the Yellow Pages or whatever. You go online and you can actually hire somebody who they do that for a living. They're called, I think how you pronounce it, apiarist, apiarist is the name of the profession that does that. But you might even have a friend of a friend who actually raises bees, because people actually buy these honeybees to have them on their property, and people would be interested in having them for free. So you could actually have somebody to come to your property, and they know how to get the bees out of wherever you have them. They know how to do it all, and they'll do it for you, and it's a free thing for them, and it's a bonus for you. So first ask around if you know anybody that knows anything about bees, and if you have any friends of friends that are beekeepers, they will do it for you for free. The second thing is, if you don't know anybody, you need to go online and find somebody that can come to your house and figure out what kind of a bee that you might actually have. Because as you know, there's yellow jackets, there's honeybees, there's bumblebees, and there's hornets and wasps. If the nest looks like it's paper, stay away. It's a wasp. Don't do anything. Those are the things you might want to kill. But those are also things you have to be like really, 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 really careful with, because they get pissed. If you try to kill one of them, they send out this little signal to the rest of their little wasp friends that tells them, kill! And then they go after you because they get pissed.
Yeah.
You don't want to piss them off.
I run into those a lot on construction sites, especially in the summertime when they're all out flying around and they're up underneath the eaves in people's houses and the soffits and stuff, and they like to get into those little areas around the roofing and behind the gutters and the fascias. And it's always a good time when you run into one of those and they get pissed off that you're messing with their house.
Yes.
Yeah, especially when you're about 30 feet up on a ladder.
Yes. Yes.
That can
Stay away
suck.
from those things. I mean, there is the sprayable, like Raid has spraying killer, flying insect killer also that you can use. I'm guessing that you don't own one of those bee suits with the mask and everything.
I have one.
Because that could be very dangerous.
When we role play and we dress up and so I could be the fireman sometime or the police guy.
And you're
or
the beekeeper?
Yeah, every once in a while I pop in as the beekeeper, knock on the door.
And I go,
excuse me, ma'am, do you have any bees?
I got some honey for you, honey.
Yeah, come right this way. I'll show you. They're right back here in the bedroom. Yeah,
I got some sweet honey for you.
Yeah, I come in with my little bee outfit on.
Well, the thing that you want to do most importantly with bees is relocate them. Whether you move them to another part of your yard or you give them to somebody or you hire a professional, please, please don't kill the bees. They are important and somebody will want them because we really need to increase the number of bees in our community. Everybody's communities. There are bee exterminators. I mean, sometimes if you have something that you find like in your house, if it's like in the walls of your house, you definitely need to get rid of that because they will keep coming back. Or even if you've sprayed something in there that kills them, their bodies will start to rot and it'll actually start to stink. In that kind of case, you need a bee exterminator. You need to get rid of the nest so nobody else will come back and use it and then plug up the holes wherever you think that they got in. But please try to get rid of them with moving them. And ask a friend or ask a professional. I'm just going to say that just to save you the aggravation of getting stung, because if you're not a professional, there's really not a very safe way to move those things without aggravating them if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous job if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, leave it to the professionals.
Please, or a friend who handles bees. So that's my answer for that.
All right, then.
You know what? We have a website. It's called HammerandNailsPodcast.com. And on that website, we have an Amazon banner. If you can please go to our website, go to that little banner, drag it up to your bookmarks, and keep it there for every time you go to shop on Amazon. You can click on that link. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Don't be a lazy ass. Go to your computer right now, drag up that link.
Do it.
Do
it now.
Do not be a lazy ass.
Don't be lazy. Do it now.
Do us a solid. Go to hammernailspodcast.com.
Click on the link.
Click on the link.
Do it now.
You can also go on to the homepage of our website and look at Skip's last visit at the Fox and Friends last week. You can see the couple of videos and the links to the products.
Yeah.
The last episode summary from Tuesday, which was this past Tuesday, was Tip Tuesday.
Tip Tuesday!
You can go there, look at the episode summary. I put the links to the products that he talked about, those awesome battery-powered ones. They actually sell them on Amazon.
Yeah, all on sale now. Go check them out.
Go to Amazon and get them too, though, because they're actually the same price as they are at the depot. But if you buy them on Amazon, you're hooking us up too.
All the links are right there. Check it out. Tell your friends about Hammer Nails Podcast. Spread the love. And we love you guys.
We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.